In 20 minutes, I'm going to do the work for a member that just got his first $3,000 client in about a week of joining my community. And the reason I'm doing this is because of two reasons. One, because I understand that fulfilling for your first client can be quite stressful. And I've had this exact same feeling when I first got started. So it's pretty nice to have somebody that looks over your shoulder, which is something that I wish I had. And two, is to show you guys that whatever niche you're going for, you can always deliver and kickstart your career. So we're about to see how a seven-figure agency owner gets it done step by step.
Legal service client, 2K setup, $150 per meeting. Posting my first cold outreach win. Feels surreal. Legal service client booked with $2,000 setup, $150 per booked meeting. No objections. Insane report building with an option to do lead gen for her upcoming killer offer course and school community. Yeah, so this lady, not only she offers legal services, but she also has a school community. She probably teaches lawyers or maybe how to start like your own legal service business. So that's probably what she does. The connector approach helped me stand out in a sea of other cold emailers trying to sell her the same service. Trust is everything, and this approach really helps build that from the first touch point. Did anyone say plus 1,000 aura points? 100%, man, like unlimited aura. So the connector angle basically is just an angle that I came up with. Just to give you guys some context, it's just an angle that I came up with when I was scaling my agency to 80K a month. I actually just recorded a course on that for the community, which is basically like a long course about how to actually do it, how to use the connector angle for yourself, for your own agency, and how to use the connector angle for your clients, because it's one of the most powerful angles you can go for. And also, this guy, he actually just closed 2 more deals, and one deal that has like a potential rev share of like a plus 100K, which is crazy. I mean, this guy is like really good communicator. I remember we were in a sales training because I offer something called sales training, because most people in the AI and automation space just talk about doing stuff. They don't actually show you how to sell. And how the hell are you going to make money if you don't sell? Okay. People can talk about things all day, but what if we got locked in a room and we had 30 days to get our first client? I mean, people who just find ways to sophisticately talk about topics in the AI and automation space, but don't actually make money out of that, just make money off YouTube, they're going to lose, you know? I was actually talking about this with my good friend, Nick Schreiber, one of my best friends in the AI and automation space. And the reason why we are crushing it and we are literally the best in the AI and automation space is because we've done the stuff, you know? We've talked to prospects, we've done demand gen, we've done lead gen. We've grown a business out of that. So people who just talk about stuff, just theory and show you how to build stuff, but okay, it doesn't make you any money, okay? Keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to fulfill for this client. Very, very easy when it comes to legal service providers, because they typically have these 2 offers. Very, very simple. A child can understand. So what does legal service providers do? Okay, in case you guys want to go for this niche, really good niche, very simple. So they either give you extra people like lawyers or helpers to do legal work for you. So they provide this service, or they do specific legal jobs like helping with big company deals and checking if you're following the rules, handling injury cases, or working on patents. So that's literally it. Either extra help or expert help, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how to build a list of their ideal clients, okay? So step 1, we're going to go to LinkedIn Sales Nav. So LinkedIn Sales Nav. To find the ideal client of legal services, I found that LinkedIn Sales Nav give you the most accurate data. So I would highly recommend you go for LinkedIn Sales Nav, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how to find your ideal clients. Very, very easy. So I'm going to go to leads. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to delete all these filters that I had from my past searches. Okay. So typically they want to work with small businesses, but not too small. So I'm going to go to company headcount. So you do not want self-employed. You do not want 1 to 10. You do want 11 and 50. Okay. Typically 1 to 10, it's usually startups. Okay. But the startups, think about it. They don't really need legal service providers because they are dealing with multiple fires because the founder is doing everything. He's getting on calls. He's the one who's actually doing the selling. He's the one who is, maybe he's the one who's actually coding the products, or building the products. So they are dealing with multiple fires. So the fire of something that is legal, they don't really care about it, okay? And I actually understood this when I read a book. It's called Blitzscaling. Highly recommend you guys read this. It's called Blitzscaling. Which was written by the founder of LinkedIn. And he talks about basically how he started LinkedIn. Fun fact, they did cold email first few years to get clients, which is awesome, right? So I'm going to go to 11 and 50. Okay? 11 and 50. And I'm going to go to current job title. I still want to talk to founder. So founder. All right. And then I'm going to go to industry. So definitely going to be software development. Okay. So I'm at 58K results. All right. So let me go to geography. I'm going to put United States. Okay. 17K. I'm going to go to seniority level. I'm going to remove this cells. And I'm going to go to information technology. So 1.5K, awesome. This is exactly the people that I want to talk to. So founder interview help.io. Let's check out this company. What do they do? Your co-pilot to land your dream job at Fank company. Oh, that's a software. And they have a bunch of case studies. Yeah, they do really need some legal services. Think about it, it's jobs. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to get access to this list and how to scrape LinkedIn Sales Nav, okay? Now, there's multiple ways to scrape LinkedIn Sales Nav. You can use Epify. You can also use Phantom Buster, which is the one that I'm going to be showing you guys today. Okay, it's called Phantom Buster, and it's really, really good. So if I go to Phantom Buster, it's essentially like Epify, but they provide you their own scrapers, okay? So you can go to solution. You can see you can scrape LinkedIn, you can scrape Google, you can scrape HubSpot, Twitter, Instagram, Sales Navigator. So the one that we want is Sales Navigator. Okay. I'm going to scroll down and we want Sales Navigator search export. So I'm going to click on use now. Now simply I'm going to copy this URL. Very easy. Paste it here. Save. And they're going to see that I am using my own LinkedIn account, okay? So detected by the extension. Click on save. Now, usually you do not want to scrape more than 2,500 because you risk your account getting banned. Well, not banned, 24-hour ban, like a little baby ban. But I'm not going to scrape 2,500 because it's going to take an hour to do so. So I'm just going to put 500 just for the purpose of this video to show you guys what's possible. Okay, so 500, save. And then there we go. 500 of the recommended 2,500 results will be exported per day. Okay, so I'm going to click on save. And then I'm going to click on launch. Boom. And that's literally it. Very easy. It took me like 3 minutes. Okay. So now we're going to wait for this and we're going to see that the leads are going to be populated here. Okay. And we can essentially just download that as a CSV, which is awesome, like a Google Sheets. And then we can do whatever we want with that Google Sheets. Okay. We can find the emails, generate personalization, do every single thing within that Google Sheets, which is pretty great. Okay. So now, as you guys can see, you will see here, got 25 leads from page 1. So essentially what this Phantom Buster does is just clicks on each profile, scrapes the leads, and then scrolls down, and clicks on 2, and then does the same thing. Okay, so I'm just going to wait a little bit while the scraper is getting the data from me. I'm going to get back to you guys. All right, we just finished scraping. As you guys can see, 500 profiles found. So I can essentially just scroll down, go to download results. And there we go, done. So now I'm gonna put this in a Google Sheets. Just gonna dump all these leads in a Google Sheets by going to File, Import, and then I'm gonna go to Upload and simply drag and drop this here. Okay, append and import data. So now I have the profile URL, the full name, the first name, last name. So I have everything that I need. So let me just make this Geese, which is my second best font after enter. And then I'm going to resize everything. There we go. Going to make this bold. And then let's just name this first client reward 2K client leads. Okay. So we have the company ID. I don't care about the company ID, to be fair. I have the company name. I have everything that I need. I have the industry, I have the company location, title, description, etc. So I have everything. I'm just going to delete some of the fields that I don't care about. Boom. And delete. Okay. So I'm simply going to add a row, right? And then another row on the right. So I'm just going to name this email. And then the second one I'm going to name as personalization. Okay. Sweet. So now what do? Well, I'm simply going to go to N8N. So N8N. So I am in my N8N right now. So I'm going to create a workflow. And then I'm going to add a step. It's going to be trigger manually. Okay. And I'm going to click on this plus button. I'm going to look for sheets. So Google Sheets, get a row in a sheet. And then I'm going to select credential, create a new credential, sign in with Google. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm authenticating my Google account. So I can sign in with Google Sheets and N8N. But the annoying parts about Google Sheets, Node, and N8N is that it doesn't allow you to get access to one record here, okay, which is pretty annoying. Let's say I just want this first guy, okay, I want to build out a system, and then I just want to test as I go. I am forced to retrieve 500 records, which is pretty annoying. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to use my own API to bypass this bullshit. So I'm going to go to Documents. For example, if I put the name of the document, and it's going to be sheet 1, and if I execute the step, check this out. I'm going to get 500 records, okay, 500 items, which is pretty annoying. Let's say I want to find their emails. Well, I need to run it through the email finder 500 times. So I wasted 500 operations. I wasted 500 tokens, which is pretty annoying. So I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to use my own API, which is going to be HTTP. It's going to be sheet/URL. It's going to be the sheet URL. So I'm simply going to copy share, and then copy this, copy, and put this here. Add parameter is going to be tab, is going to be 1, and then limit is going to be 1. So I can just put 1 here. And if I execute the step, boom, I got 1, which is awesome. So I'm going to be using my own one. I'm going to name this get leads from sheets. And this is essentially like an API that we built specifically for people in the community, right? Which allows them to manipulate Google Sheets however they want, okay? Which is awesome. So, but now I have the LinkedIn, I have the first name and last name, I have everything that I need, okay? So the first step is I need to find their email, okay? Now, again, I can use my own tool, which is the command center. And by the way, let me show you guys the updates. So this is the update. People now can just, let me just sign out first. So welcome to the command center. So you sign in your school email. And then if you just joined, here's what happens. You put the name, last name, enter email, your school username along with a password, and you request access. And someone in the loops just basically grants access to every member. For example, let me just log in using my account. Here are all the tools that we added. So we added the connect triangle copy. So you can plug in your API key, whether it's OpenAI or whatever you want. So OpenAI, Cloud API, Perplexity, anything. And you can generate copies and just get up and running quickly. There's also the email finder, okay, which is awesome. We also have the bulk email finder. So you can literally just upload to Google Sheets and find emails very quickly. The bulk email verifiers, same thing. And also the send-in volume. Check this out. So essentially, this tool gives you the exact emails that you need, okay, which is based off a logic that I've built. So this is pretty cool. So this is the command center. This is the updates, which makes me super happy to share, okay? But I'm not going to use the command center today because you guys are following along And I'm going to show you guys an alternative way because you guys don't have the access to the command center. So I'm going to click on this plus button and I'm going to show you guys a way to find emails. So one of them is actually an email finder. It's one of the best ones that I've used. I've used this throughout my entire career, but it's pretty pricey. If you go to pricing, I used to pay a ton of money to an email finder, but now I don't because I use my own. But if you look at this, like 10K credits, that's $200 a month. Obviously, you're not going to use just 10K credits. How can you scale by 10K credits? But now people don't have to pay for this and they can essentially just launch a sales campaign with like $140. Like I made a video with $116 actually to get your first client, which is pretty insane. Okay. So I'm just going to make an HTTP request, okay, to an email finder. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go back to an email finder, go to app, and then I'm simply going to go to API. This is my API key. Okay. So find a person's email. So this is the endpoint. It's a post endpoint. So posts, method posts, put this here. And then I'm simply going to send, I'm going to go to authentication, generic credential type, and it's going to be bearer. So bearer. And I'm going to add a new credential. Let's name this an email finder. And then the bearer token is going to be this token here. Put this here and save. Okay, so I'm going to send body and I'm going to send JSON, which is going to be full name. And the full name is going to be full name here. And then I'm going to add the company name. Okay, so let me close this. There we go. Execute the step, and I think we have an issue here. Oh yeah. I'm gonna add another one here. And there we go. So if I execute the step now, I'm not gonna have that issue. We'll see if any email finder is gonna find the email. Yeah, so couldn't be found. So there we go. We could not find any email. Well, yeah, that's pretty normal, by the way, because not every email we're gonna find. Let's try 3 and see. I forgot to actually add a settings here. Let's see. So success 2. Okay. So we found one, which is this one. And obviously the one that we couldn't find is the first one. Awesome. Sweet. So now this is the success ones. We only want if it's success. So this is going to be find email. Okay. So once we found the email, well, now we need to generate some sort of personalization to make the email more relevant to them, more personalized. So simply, I'm going to add an LLM, basic LLM chain. Okay. Define below. And I'm going to use one of the prompts that I already have. And I'm going to show you guys this document, which is pretty interesting. So the one that I want is going to be, this is the one. Control C, paste this here. And then I'm going to add the summary. And I'm also going to add the title description. Okay, great. And then I'm simply going to add a model, which is going to be Entropic. I'll use Entropic this time. So I'm going to create new credential. And simply, I'm going to go to API, which is this one. Start building. And then I'm going to create a new API key that I'm going to plug into N8N. So get API key, create key. Let's just name this key add. You should not be exposing your API key like I'm doing, but I'm just recording a video. Okay, so I want Claude 3.7 Sonnet. And in terms of the sampling temperature, I'm just going to put 0.3, yes. I'm going to have to rotate this API key in case someone wants to bill me like $1,000. Okay, so let me just execute the step now and see. The Asian in-space market exploding right now. Your privacy-first approach is exactly what this demographic needs. Would love to share how we're helping similar founders connect with healthcare partners who are actively seeking the solutions. Okay, so this prompt, I need to remove some of the few things here. Yeah, I need to remove this relate. There we go. And then let me just execute again and see. Congrats on launching Wisdom and redefining agent in place tech. The intersection of smart home and elder tech is such an undeserved market with massive potential. Looking forward to watching your journey in this space. Congrats on launching InterviewHelp.io. The coaching market is ripe for domain-specific expertise. Love how you're focusing on TPMs, SDMs, I don't know what that is, and SDS rather than trying to be everything to everyone. Excited to see your growth. Wow, this is a really good copy. Really good copy. I think he's going to crush it. So personalization. Awesome. That's really good. Okay, so now I'm going to add this to my Google Sheets and I'm simply going to add them to my Instantly and going to literally start the campaign in like 20 minutes. Just how easy it is to like get a client. You just have to take action. Like, man, I wish I knew this when I first got started. Like I would have not stayed 2 years as a bouncer or like try to learn how to code. Wow. So I'm just going to go to Sheets. I'm going to go to updates row in a sheet and then go to documents. This is the one from lists, sheet 1. And then column to match on is going to be a row number. And I'm going to go to get leads. And so email is going to be the found email. And then personalization is going to be the text. So now, if I execute the workflow, I'm going to get 3 records, find 3 emails, generate 3 personalization, and add them to my Google Sheets, which is great. Check this out. It's email. All right, so now I can simply just filter by blanks and get everything. So let's run this, for example, 25. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to batch this by going to settings. And then I think it's parameters, yes. And I'm going to batch 10 every 1000 ms. Okay, so let me execute the flow. I'm getting 25 and I'm going to batch everything. I'm going to create the personalization update row. Very, very simple. I'm going to save this. I'm going to leave this for you guys in the description. There we go. 19 emails found so far, which is pretty good. If I go, I'm going to see that I just added this here. Okay, so now I can simply, for example, copy this. Control C, create a new sheet. Boom. And I can just resize the row, very easy. And then now I can just filter by personalization or email does not exist. Boom. And remove the blanks. And now I have everything that I need. Okay, let me just fix this by just copying this again. Put this here. And then resize row. Resize the row, okay. Copy this. Put this here. And there we go. I'm going to delete this. And sheet 3 is ready. Okay, I have the personalization, also have the email. Well, simply now, I'm simply going to add this to my Instantly campaign. So Instantly, to give you some context, Instantly is just a cold email software that allows you to send thousands of cold outreach messages every single day, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to log into this account. And then I'm going to go to campaigns, create new campaign. I'm just going to name this, for example, my campaign. And then I'm going to go to leads and simply I'm going to have to go to file, download CSV, and then simply add leads, CSV. There we go. So personalization is personalization, full name, first name. And I have the personalization. Okay. So if I upload now, there we go. I can simply add my copy. So, hey, first name, personalization, and then here's the dream email. So you're legal hiring. Hey, first name. I know someone who's helped law firms streamline client intake and back in office load without adding headcount, especially when deadlines stack up. Not sure if it's relevant, but happy to connect you if it's helpful. So this is called the connector angle, and it's just one of the best angles you can use. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to add reaching out because and I'm going to add send from my iPhone. The reason why we add send from my iPhone is because check this out. So, hey Graham, congrats on your new role as a co-founder. The intersection of computational, linguistic, and AI is exactly where the industry needs more thoughtful leadership right now. Looking forward to seeing how your immune system's approach reshapes AI safety conversations. Reaching out because I know someone who's helped law firms streamline client intake and back office load without adding headcounts, especially when deadlines stack up. Not sure if it's relevant now, but happy to connect you if helpful. Saad, my process sends from my iPhone. Now imagine if you receive this and you see this congrats line that is very relevant. Like this is like, looks like a human wrote this, and you have this clear offer with the connector angle, and you're adding, like it's sent from my iPhone, like literally someone picked their phone and they wrote this entire email, highly personalized. Do you think they're not going to reply? Of course they will reply, right? So of course they're going to buy from you. So thanks, Rise. This is not a distraction. Okay, so in terms of subject line, I'm going to copy this. For example, I'm going to put your legal hiring. Save. And check this out. Awesome. And there we go. We have everything that we need. Congrats on launching your pre-seed round for huge intelligent systems. Your bio-inspired approach to AI is exactly what the industry needs right now. Too many are just repackaging the same old architectures. Looking forward to watching your journey unfold. Wow. I really did a good job. I'm not going to lie. I really did a good job. That's why nobody actually in this space knows how to do lead gen correct and properly. But I mean, this is how they couldn't scale, right? And I did manage to scale. But this is exactly how you would fulfill for a client in the legal service industry, or whatever you want to call it, in the legal services niche. So the only thing you have to do now, guys, is basically just get out there, take action. This is pretty easy. You just have to get out there, like I said, take action. I believe in you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.